Hello everyone. Some people were asking about my soil to nanocarbon factory, and I just wanted to show everyone how it works here. Basically, I have an automated trade platform over here gathering zinc. It's supplied with scrap. You do have to prime the machine when you first build it, but once it's primed, it should be a self-sustaining loop. I'm making storage sensors out of these two small printers. Those are being salvaged into these extra large shredders. They can fit more. This is some in-game stuff, by the way. You can make this with smaller parts on a smaller scale. This silo, if you'll notice, things are capped off. Whoa. Things are capped off. For instance, I have batteries and an oxygenator here. So it forces the items to go to storages instead of being placed randomly on platforms. This particular storage here is holding scrap that comes out of the silo. Well, when this fills up using the storage sensor, it's going to enable this other arm, which will then pick up storage sensors taken away from this one until this silo is empty, and it will cut this back off. Now what that does is this keeps this loop going. So the scrap comes out here, it's put onto the platform here, put onto the trade platform here. The counter sends to the trade platform. When it gets back, the sphalerite is pulled off of the trade platform by these arms. It is smelted on this platform. The positioning of the smelting furnaces is to control where the zinc goes. The zinc is then pulled off by this arm, placed on this platform so it can be used by the printers. That's the zinc loop. Now, on top of that, you'll need quartz. Quartz is the most soil-thirsty thing in this whole machine. So, I definitely have a large silo B holding medium soil canisters, and it runs out quick. But what that does is that allows you to print, what is it, 8 quarts at a time. So it'll output 8 quarts onto this silo, and when this silo is done and empty, it'll reprint 8 quarts. So it's kind of throttled. The zinc's a little bit more free roaming than the quartz, but this arm pulls the quartz off, gives it to the printers to be able to be used. The printers are on a loop, making storage sensors. So when this one pulls this arm, pulls storage sensors out of the loop and puts them into this shredder, they eventually wind up here, which is this other silo. And ignore all of this because this is complicated, but we'll get started explaining the rest of the machine. So this silo pulls the scrap when it comes out of this shredder. This arm pulls and puts the scrap onto this platform so that it can be divided between this tall platform and this medium storage on a medium platform A. The reason I'm using these two weird ones is because the tall platform holds 6. This holds 8. You need 8 scrap to send off a full load of titanium. You need 6 scrap to send off a full load of iron. Now, when those get sent off, those are sent off, by the way, whenever these storages fill up. So whenever there's so much excess scrap that these fill up, it'll automatically send these trade platforms off. When they get back, these arms will pull the trade materials off. These platforms will smelt and combine the iron and titanium into steel and titanium alloy. Looks like I'm out of graphene. Why am I out of graphene? Oh, because this is turned off. I knew whenever I reorganized the machine, there was the one thing I forgot to do. It was to hook this thing back up. So now it's still making it's going to start making titanium alloy like crazy. Titanium alloy gets put over here on the racks because it's blocked off here with these two boxes. It gets sent to this platform, which makes nanocarbon alloy. I have 220 currently made by this machine. Mostly through debugging. I'm still trying to debug the machine 100%. But let's go back to the beginning. And these side platforms, first of all, are going to be directly involved with the resource they need. The reason we're on Basania is because the only gas you need to bring with you to Basania is helium. And this is my helium set up back here. So, once we're done with, as far as all the other gases go, hydrogen, nitrogen, and argon, all of those can be automated here with atmospheric condensers. And then piping the respective ingredient that it needs. For instance, here is the ammonium. The ammonium gets put into a machine that's making hydrazine. Once the ammonium tower is empty, it'll spin up more ammonium. That keeps that going. I have not set storage sensors on the platforms yet because the gases get used so slowly. So another thing I have to remember was graphene back. So to the inside of the ammonium, these two centrifuges are making graphite. So the graphite gets put on this rack here. The arm, this one is very close because I didn't want to put the graphite on the rack, so I just wanted it to be put one at a time. And whenever the graphite is totally used up, storage sensor triggers. Spins up more graphite. This one is the long fuse. This soil gets turned into organic, which then is smelted into carbon immediately, put onto this rack. When this rack is empty, it starts the process over again, so you get 8 at a time. This arm moves the carbon here. The problem with getting this over to the steel platform is you have to use multiple platforms. So, to keep clear of where the scrap is, I had to prime all of these auto arms. So, this one pulls the carbon from the silo. This medium platform C holds 2. When it's pulled from there, it goes into this auto arm, which feeds another medium platform C that holds 2. And then finally this auto arm. And when that all backs up, it leaves carbon on the silo, which stops triggering the soil canister, soil centrifuge until it's empty. This is argon. It's used for making the steel. So right now I'm lacking iron. This trade platform hasn't been sent off yet because the trial platform isn't full. What'll happen? I believe it's in recycle mode now. So this storage got empty. What that did is it cut the extraneous auto arm off. So the one over here on this side, is no longer pulling loop out of the system. And what that's allowing it to do is this arm is now feeding every storage sensor we make back into the system. And because one scrap winds up producing 1.5 scrap for a storage sensor in the end after you do all the math, this is eventually going to fill back up. Once that fills back up, this arm kicks on. It's a slow process, but it is automated. So, if you have any tips, tricks, suggestions, feel free to let me know. And I will catch you guys later.